Sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves, like, I have to get this whole garage resorted today. It's usually not realistic, and then we feel like we're losers. We feel like we can't do it. We feel like, what's even the point? I can't get it all done." And we can't think about it like that with ourselves. We deserve better than that from ourselves. We have to talk nicer to ourselves. Don't give excuses because we have to end up where we're winning. We're not winning when we do nothing, but we have to take bites of that, right? Harry says discipline produces motivation, and I 100% agree with that. It does. Because once you get used to it, it's just part of my day. I don't love it. I don't really enjoy it, but I get it done and then it's done. And then I feel motivated to keep doing it because then you start seeing the fruits of your labor too. Start seeing money and sales, and that's all motivating. Larry says overwhelmed, jot down pain points, consider priority, make progress on the highest two every day for a week. Absolutely. Yep. I do the same thing. So I'll make my brain dump list, I call it, write it all down, and then I pick my top 5 and say, okay, let's prioritize the top 5. And as long as I can knock out the top ones, I feel pretty good about it. And then at the end of the day, I always recheck it. And if I haven't knocked out the top 5 or at least top 3, I better have a really good reason. Or else I gotta sit and finish it before I go to bed. The last one, I think sometimes we put ourselves in a box of what we're selling. And so I know that this is like a headbutt topic, but I feel like if we're everything sellers, it's really hard to scale. So if you're wanting to scale, we need to consider how we're going to scale. And I think that ends up blocking a lot of people up from their actual reselling potential. It's really hard to be an expert in everything. And if we're going to really scale a business, and if you're not wanting to scale, there's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine if you're not wanting to scale. We don't have to scale to be successful. But if we want to scale, I think we need to figure out how we're going to niche enough to be able to scale, because it's really hard to reproduce the same results over and over and over when you're selling different things all the time. And when you scale, being able to reproduce the same results over and over and over is kind of the key to how that works. So those are kind of what I see, I guess, from the overview of when I'm getting to talk to you guys a lot and see what you guys are.